Duckhead.
Hello everybody, my name is Duckhead, and welcome back to The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. In the last episode, we uncovered the dark history of Ikana, and we came here to the Stone Tower Temple. And in this episode, we're gonna complete the Stone Tower Temple and free the land of Ikana from its horrible curse. Bro, you know what, thank you for letting me finish the intro before you decided to interrupt me. Anyways, here we are in Stone Tower Temple, the final of the 4 major dungeons in this game. Now, I do want to say that I'm honestly a little bit nervous about this dungeon, because this is the dungeon that I am the least familiar with in the game. I barely remember anything about this dungeon, to be honest. It has been a really long time since I last played this dungeon, and if I recall correctly, this is also by far the longest dungeon in the game and the hardest dungeon in the game, so I feel like I'm gonna struggle quite a bit here. I remember that the last time I played through this dungeon many years ago, I ended up cutting it pretty close on the 3-day time cycle, and also something that I kind of have to admit is that I have actually never gotten every single stray fairy in this dungeon before. Throughout the many playthroughs of this game that I have done, I have never got every single stray fairy in this temple. I don't really know where any of them are, so that might kind of be a little bit of a problem. But I'm gonna do it in this playthrough. In this playthrough, I'm going to find them all, so let's get started. I will say, however, I do remember this dungeon being really good. This temple is kind of a fan favorite among Zelda fans, so I'm kind of excited to remember why exactly that is. Okay, so I do know where one of the stray fairies is in this room, but I don't know if I can get it yet. Now, one of the confusing things about this dungeon is that I of course do remember the gimmick of this dungeon. I remember what the gimmick is, but I don't exactly remember how much the gimmick affects the stray fairies, so I don't know if I can get all the stray fairies in this room yet. Obviously the hair is shimmering, so clearly there is a stray fairy in here, but I don't know if I can get it yet. Well, there's one of them. That is not the only one, though. By the way, I really like the color of the stray fairies in this dungeon. They're like lemon flavored. I really like that. And they kind of glow. They're really nice looking fairies. Anyways, I'm just gonna keep going on ahead and hope that I don't have to backtrack too much. I don't think I can get through here yet. So we go back out. And wonderful, that respawns all the enemies. Okay, just gonna roll past you guys. Okay, Bombchu, get blown up. Oh, we have some switches here. Switch on the ceiling, that's interesting. What exactly did that switch do? I don't know what these switches are changing. Oh, that's a big switch. Okay, well maybe I have to hold down all of these switches. So we're gonna be playing the Elegy of Emptiness quite a lot. So let's do it. Hold down this switch. I guess let's just hold down all of them. Maybe that'll activate something, I don't know. There we go. Push down this one. Right. And this one. Okay, cool. It opens up the gate. Good. I don't know what that ceiling on the switch is for, but that ceiling on the switch, I mean the switch on the ceiling. I don't know what that's for, but it's for something, and oh, wait. I can't push this one down. The Deku can't push it down. There's a bombable wall here? I feel like I remember that you need to pick up like a box or something to weigh down that switch. Yeah, here we go. We can grab one of these boxes, take the box over here, and somehow this box is heavier than Deku Link. I don't know why. I feel like the box would actually be lighter weight than a Deku Scrub, but I guess not. Okay, there actually aren't any fairies around here. Good. It makes it easy for me. There's a locked door. I will say, as I'm like walking through this dungeon again, parts of it are coming back to me. Because I think I remember a few things here that I can do. I thought this room was pretty dark, but now I get it. Don't tell me you still haven't figured it out. I kinda have, maybe. I don't know if I'm correct, but I might have figured it out. Little hookshot platform. Is that a fairy? That's a fairy. See, I like how nice and glowy they are. They look so good. This is easily my favorite color of the stray fairies. Let me know down in the comments below, what flavor of stray fairy do you prefer? I don't know, man. I don't know what it is about these old 3D Zelda games, but anytime there's something that's multicolored, I want to associate them with flavors. I'm not even really doing it on purpose, but this is just like a recurring trend throughout my Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask playthroughs I'm noticing. I don't know what that means about me, but it means something, I guess. Anyways, back up here, I think we can bomb these. Yeah, okay. And that should bring some light into the room down there. Can I blow up that one? No. So this will allow me to shine light on that block there. Nice. What about these guys? Do you guys care if I shine light on you? So let's get over here. And there's a chest. A dungeon map would actually be very appreciated. I'll take it. I will take it. Let's have a look at this place. Oh, okay, it's only 2 floors. That's not so bad. Okay, there is another stray fairy in here. Shoot, man, I don't know where this stray fairy is. Okay, this guy comes alive. Nice. Do you come alive? Yes. Die. Maybe if I kill all of these guys. You? You do as well. Okay, come on, die. Die. Thank you. Okay, nice, yeah. Oh, wait, that's a key. That's not a stray fairy chest. Ah, shoot. I thought that'd be the stray fairy. Then where's the fairy? Okay, well, still, at least I get a key. What do you mean it's already night of the first day, by the way? How is it already the night of the first day? I just got here, bro. Honestly, that is really one of my biggest concerns about this dungeon, is that I'm gonna run out of time. Like, I'm actually concerned about that. I only have 2 stray fairies. I've only explored like 3 rooms, and it's already the night of the first day. And I'm on slow time. What's going on here? Okay, well, I guess I'll come back later. I don't think I can get it yet. I feel like I explored that room pretty heavily. We'll be back. By the way, I really like that a lot of this dungeon actually like takes place outside. It's cool that you can actually like see it becoming nighttime and stuff, you know? Usually you don't really feel the days progressing inside the temples because you're, you know, inside of a building. You don't really get to see outside, but now here you can feel the sense of time progressing because you're out in the open. It's kind of cool. And the lighting inside this temple is really nice at nighttime. It looks really good. All right, let's go underwater. There's a hand. Can I hit that switch? Can I like hit the switch with my head? No, I can't. Right. I have no idea where the hell I'm going. Step on that switch. Okay, I definitely can't get that yet. I assume that's a stray fairy. But yeah, I can't get it yet. So let's keep moving. I kind of want to go back. I feel like I didn't explore that other room thoroughly enough. So I'm going to go back. Okay, let's go back through here. Okay, there's a chest here. Good thing I came back. That's a key. Is there any mother flippin' fairies? There is. Somewhere. Always got to check the ceilings. Okay, well, I can't get through that sunblock yet. Okay, maybe there really wasn't much for me to do in this room yet. I mean, still, it was worth coming back for the key, but, you know, not much I can do there yet. Oh, goodness, man, this is going to be a long video. It's going to be a long video. Just bear with me, okay? So I can use the mirror shield to reflect the light onto that mirror. And I think it stays activated for a certain amount of time or something like that. If I'm remembering correctly. Like that, and then... No? Does that not work? Is this a mirror? This thing looks different from your everyday mirror. I don't remember how that works. What? Okay, well, I'll move on, but... I feel like I'm forgetting something really important. Boy, this is rough. been a while since I've felt this lost in this game. But it's okay. That's a part of the process. This is a puzzle game after all. It's meant to be puzzling. I imagine I can Goron pound these. Yeah. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. And then shine the light there. See, it stays lit for like a moment. How do I get it to stay lit for longer? Maybe I just gotta be fast. That time it went out quicker though. Okay, let me shine the light on these suns real quick. Okay, that's a chest. I assume that's a fairy. The fairies are kind of what I'm like the most worried about right now. So any fairy I get makes me happy. Nice. That's not the only one in this room though. There is more. Oh. Oh, I get it. I see. I think I see what I was doing wrong. I have to actually, like, hold my mirror shield on it. Then it stays lit for longer, I guess, depending on how long I held it. Okay, I see. Okay, it's still kind of finicky. Kind of hard to do this right. Dude, the timing on this is so tight. There we go. Oh my goodness, bro. I was stuck on that for so long. Not even because I didn't understand what was happening. I figured out the mechanic relatively quickly, but... Bro, I couldn't get the timing right. There we go. Alright, just blow up. That's fine. I can take the hit. So what's even over here? Another fairy, please? Thank you! And that's all the stray fairies in here. Okay, very good. Really quickly, before I progress any further here, I want to go back out now that I actually understand this mechanic. Also, hello. I did not see this before. There's a frozen eyeball up there. Mind if I give you a shoot? Okay, there's an upside down treasure chest. Can't do anything about that yet. Over here. Let's do this properly now. So we gotta, like, charge up this mirror. And boom! Now, it'll last for a while and I can melt the sun. Boom. Oh, hey, there's a chest here. This is probably the compass, right? I'll take it. I'll take it. Bam, compass. Love it. Is this a shortcut back to the entrance? I want to say that it is, yeah. Okay, so this is a nice little shortcut to have. Okay, cool. So now let's get back to it. All right, let's go through here. Okay, we're in this room. I do remember this room. I remember this room pretty well. So we can fly with the Deku Scrub, and these propellers will give us extra height, allowing us to continue flying. Come on. Let me, okay, well, I missed that one. That's fine. I need to get down here anyways, because with the Goron mask, we can roll around in this lava. Okay, yeah, over here is a Goron switch, so let's pound it. And I think that gets rid of the fire around that switch. So now we gotta roll to it quick. That wasn't very quick. Come on. Wow, you gotta be fast. Yeah, the reason why I remember this room is because I remember struggling a lot on this back in the day as a kid. I remember it being pretty hard to get to that switch in time. And starting to think I'm gonna have the same problem all these years later as an adult because, oh my goodness, bro, you gotta go so fast. Bro, you gotta go so fast. That is some incredibly tight timing. It's okay though, I'm a pro. I got this. Boom! There we go. That's how you do it. Where did that put the chest? I didn't even see. I didn't even see where the chest went. Where did that go? throw on the Deku mask, and let's go for a flight. I just gotta make sure I hit this in time. Wait, go back. Is this the chest? This might be the chest right here. Probably. Nice, that does work, okay. I was wondering if running into these propellers would cause me to start flying, and it does. Very nice. Except I'm kind of flying at a very weird angle here. That's okay. We'll go back up. How am I supposed to hit that in time? How am I supposed to hit that faster? There we go. Nice. Nice. Okay, I think that's the chest I activated, actually. All right, let's go through here. And in here... It's, that's the Garo Master. You can't fight him like an ordinary Garo. Just dodge those swords. Okay. The Garo Master. What do you mean I can't fight him like an ordinary Garo? He seems kind of just like an ordinary Garo to me. Except he takes more than one hit. Whoa, that was cool. I like the sounds this guy makes, by the way. He has some really nice sounds. Nice. To think I could be defeated. Although my rival, you were spectacular. I shall take my bow by opening my heart and revealing my wisdom. If you shoot that which releases the sacred golden light into the blood-stained red emblem outside the temple, it shall rearrange things in which the earth is born in the heavens and the moon is born on the earth. Do not forget these words. Die I shall, leaving no corpse. That is the law of us Garo. There we go. Let's open up this chest. You got the light arrow. Set it to C to power up your arrows. The light of justice shall target evil. And there we go with that. We now have all three flavors of arrows. We have cherry, blue raspberry, and lemon. Ah, man. And now, do I have to shoot it at something? I guess let's go through this way. Whoa. This is a crazy looking room. Whoa. What is that thing? It's a hip loop. Quickly dodge it if it charges at you. But can't you first do something about that mask it's wearing? I forgot about this thing. Do I shoot it? No. I was gonna say maybe I hook shot it. Boom. Oh, no. Okay. So am I supposed to hook shot your mask? Yeah, okay. I still can't kill him though because he's right there. Maybe if I shoot you with the light of justice. There we go. He's dead. All right, let's go through here. Whoa. What's up with you? Boom! It's an Igor. Simply attacking it is no good. I say you should pay attention to the subtle changes in its eye. I love the design of this thing. I've always thought that this is a really cool looking enemy. You gonna... Did I walk too far away from you? You're not very aggressive. Come at me, bro. Come at me. Do I have to just shoot you? There we go. I have to shoot him twice. Okay. Shoot you? Oh my goodness, bro. Shoot you. Shoot you again. There we go. He's dead. Thankfully, he died there. I wasn't sure if I had enough magic to actually kill him. Up here, is this a stray fairy, perchance? It is. That's our 7th one. we are back in the opening room. And there's this sun right here, so let's shoot it. Let's shoot it. That's gonna summon a treasure chest up there. Right. It's the dawn of the second day. Only 48 hours remain. That's kind of scary, but it's okay. So as you can see, that treasure chest is up there, upside down. So how exactly did we get to it? How about we head outside? Now right here, we have these switches. So we're gonna play the Elegy of Emptiness to hold down these switches. And by moving those blocks, a red emblem has been revealed here. And now as the Master Garo said, let's shoot that emblem with the light arrow. And the entire place has been flipped upside down. The music also changes to accompany the upside down perspective, which I think is pretty cool. Also, isn't that pretty crazy? We can see the moon below us. It's pretty interesting. So before we head back into the temple, I want to say that there is actually a lot of discussion within the Zelda community about who actually constructed the stone tower. And just like a lot of things in Majora's Mask, the game kind of leaves it pretty vague. A lot of the game's dialogue seems to imply that the stone tower was not built by the kingdom of Ikana, but rather by a different group of people, maybe people much older than the kingdom itself. And to be honest, I don't really have any of my own theories about this. Some people believe that this place might have been built by the Garos, though that also doesn't seem likely to be the case. Some people believe that even the giants themselves built this place, which would maybe make sense considering the scale of everything. But I also don't really believe that. Either way, there's a lot of room for theorizing about that. However, something I want to point out is that as you can see on these blocks, the Triforce is actually visible. Now, this is, as far as I'm aware, the only appearance of the Triforce in Majora's Mask. There is no other imagery containing the Triforce in this entire game. So perhaps this place has some sort of connection to Hyrule or something like that. Another thing to mention here is that these blocks clearly show a face with a tongue licking the Triforce. And a lot of people interpret that to mean that whoever built the stone tower was blaspheming the Triforce itself, or, you know, therefore blaspheming the gods. Yeah, yet again, I don't really have my own personal theory about all this. I think it's kind of left vague on purpose, but it's definitely pretty interesting, and it does leave you with a lot of questions. Who really built this place, and what was its purpose? Anyways, here we are, back in Stone Tower Temple. And everything is upside down. I love this shot so much. This moment of walking back into the temple and the sky is beneath your feet. Nothing but empty sky around you as you walk on these thin platforms. Just such a cool visual, man. This game really went all out with the art direction, considering this is a Nintendo 64 game. It just looks so good. It's so striking. I don't know, man. This part of the game has always stood out to me. There is another stray fairy in this room, but I don't know where it is. There is another chest here, apparently, but I don't know where. Anyways, I guess I'll come back to that. So here we are in the upside-down Stone Tower Temple. And now, obviously, this completely reconstructs the dungeon and allows for us to access different things that we couldn't before. It's pretty cool. Oh, that was bad. Oh, this is really bad. Nice. You're dead. There's clearly a chest right here, but I don't know how to get to it. Could it be a Lens of Truth situation? Maybe? No. Okay. Also a chest right here. I don't know how to get to that. Oh, there's a switch here. Okay, that activates the chest over there. That's a key. Okay, so the chest right here, wherever this is, that's probably the stray fairy. Well, I will take your key. Thank you. Let's fly around here a little bit more. Let me just, like, get over here. Man, I'm just trying to fly in a certain direction here. Shouldn't be this difficult. Camera, what are you doing? What is the camera doing? Camera? Why was the camera, like, locked in a certain position? What was happening there? Strange. Let's do this. I could go through there, but do I want to do that? No. All right, let's get over here. There we go. Get up there. All right, let's push down this blue switch. It's gonna turn off the fire. Good. Elegy of Emptiness time. And let's open up this. Boom, stray fairy. I'll take that. 9. I do see that there's a sun there, so let's shoot that. I don't know what that does. No! Oh, man, wait. So does that... I think that means I have to go back outside and flip the temple again, so that way I can get that chest. Thankfully, playing the Song of Soaring lets you teleport back to the start of a dungeon, so I don't have to walk all the way back. That's a little bit annoying, but it's not a big deal, I guess. I was kind of hoping to do it in a way where I wouldn't have to flip the temple again. But, you know, not everybody's perfect. Not everybody's perfect. Let's switch it back. That's kind of annoying. It puts me all the way back here, man. I gotta do the whole Elegy of Emptiness shenanigans again. All right, let's go back. Also, there's still a chest here, and I don't know how to get it. I don't know how to activate that chest. That's kind of concerning. Wait, this might have actually been essential. I might have actually had to flip the dungeon again, because I don't think I could have shot this, this sun underwater. I think I had to flip the dungeon again. So maybe I didn't mess up. Maybe I'm doing things the correct way. It is a little weird that that's the intended way to do it, but I guess that makes sense. Okay, I think, if I'm not mistaken, everything is correct right now. We can go back and flip the dungeon again. Boom, back we go. Also, I happened to notice, while the room was flipped, that there is a switch up there. So how do I get up there? Oh, maybe I have to, like, come down. Okay, I think I have to come back to that later. So I'll be back later. So I do realize that I'm a little bit blind in hindsight. The chest that I want to grab is right over there. So I think I just hookshot up to it, right? Really? Can I not do that? There we go. That's how I get this chest. That's the 11th stray fairy. Now what? I guess we just keep moving. So I will do that then. I will keep moving. We made it through. Let's go through this door. We're already in this room. This room is interesting because this room flips on its own. It doesn't flip with the rest of the dungeon. It just flips this one room. So that's kind of cool. So now why do I want to flip this room? I think it's just so I can get across. There's no stray fairies in here. And then I guess I flip it back. Nice. Let's go through. Okay, this room has the same gimmick. I don't know if I want to flip it yet, but I'm going to do it anyways. Okay, that drops all the choo-choos down on the ground. Get out of here, you guys. Oh, I see. That dropped a block on the ground. Ah. Why do I want that? Oh, wait a second. Aha. I think if I'm correct, I want to pull this block and get it to the other side of this. Now I can't push it over this little bump here. So shoot it again, flip the room, come on. There we go. Now pull this block. Come around, push it one more. Now flip the room again. This is a really clever puzzle. I like this one. Flip it back. Now that should put it on the platform. Yes. Okay. And then now we put it in this little Majora slot. Move out of the way, bro. There we go. Boom. And that opens the door. Very cool. This is a really cool puzzle. You're not cool, though. You're annoying. Let's go through here. Go through the door. There we go. Wizrobe? You're back again? I do not remember having to fight Wizrobe this many times in the game. I thought he was only in the Snowhead Temple. But he's also in Ikana, the ancient castle, and here. Whew! Move! Die. Alright, he's doing this whole thing. Real one's up there! No! Why is this texture for the fire so crusty looking, by the way? It's like so distorted looking. It's kind of interesting. There we go. Killed him with a really bad camera angle, but he died. Very good. Just gonna put a chest there. Very good. Was that chest just for a stray fairy? Indeed it was, but I'll take it, bro. I'm kind of doing pretty good on these stray fairies, I feel. I feel like I was, too worried about them. I shouldn't have been so worried. They've been going pretty smoothly so far. Bro, this dungeon is so cool. Like, look at this, bro. Flying over the empty sky beneath you. Like, it's so cool. I'm sorry, but this dungeon is just so good. It's incredible, man. It's really good. I seriously just love everything about this dungeon, man. Like, the music is incredible. The atmosphere is incredible. The story is incredible. The puzzles are incredible. The gimmick is incredible. Like, everything about this dungeon is just absolutely perfect, man. And, okay. All right. What the hell are these things? I do not remember these guys. Death Armos, a temple guard. Look at that red mark on its chest. I know you've seen something like that before. A Death Armos. As if normal Armos weren't scary enough, here comes Death Armos. It doesn't get any scarier sounding than that. Shoot it with a light arrow. Oh, and it flips it upside down. Wow. Okay, I'm really trying to not die right now. All right, get over here. I don't know. Come on, lock off. All right, get out of my way, get out of my way. There you go, die. Great. Okay, that chest is on fire. Oh my goodness, bro. These Death Armos are, in fact, killing me right now. They live up to their name. Okay, I think I gotta get up here. There we go. That's gonna let down the fire. Let me play the Elegy of Emptiness again. Let's go over here, grab this key, and let's go through this door. Now, this is the room that I think of whenever I think of this dungeon. This is the room I always associate this temple with. Yet again, the whole visual of flying over the sky, it's just so cool, man. It's just incredible. Man, I'm gonna keep saying it, but this dungeon is so good, man. It really is so good. You know, this is another one of those moments where I really feel like the graphical limitations of the Nintendo 64 really improves the visual aesthetic of this area. I don't know, man, but just the limited graphics really add a lot to the very weird and otherworldly visual style of this place. It makes it kind of almost eerie and dreamlike in a way. It's just so good looking. I really love it. Actually, there were stray fairies in this area, but I'm not quite sure how to get them. They might be up there in the top part. Let me fly back around. I kind of want to see. Yeah, I think they're at the upper section of that room, so we'll be back there. Kill you. Thank you. Let's go through here. And in this room. Suddenly, the craziest mini-boss design of all time shows up. It's Gomess! There will be no end to it if you can't get those bats away from it. Does that shed any light on the situation? A little bit, actually, yeah. So let's shine light on the situation. Boom! Get over here. Okay. Oh my goodness, dude. Back up a little bit, bro. Back up, back up, back up. Dude, this thing's design is so cool. Ugh. Such a good design, man. So what the hell was that thing? Why is it here? I was expecting it to, like, say something, but it didn't. Just kind of showed up and tried to kill me and then died. Honestly, that's okay, though. It's pretty cool. And through here is the boss key. And there it is. We can now get to the boss. However, there are still stray fairies to collect. And also, we gotta find the boss room. So, that's kind of important. Also, it looks even cooler to be flying over this at nighttime. Just such a cool look, man. I really will never get over just how cool this dungeon is, bro. Such a good concept. I really don't know how to get the stray fairies in this room. I'm not sure. Ah, over here, I see. So this is how I get to the switch over here, okay. Makes sense, makes sense. You get over there. Huh! Boom, jump for it, step on the switch. That activates a chest there. Now, okay, if you would please get out of here. I don't really even care to kill you. Like, you're not even worth my time, bro. Can I jump from here? Maybe. I think that might be possible. Probably need to put on my bunny hood, so I'll do that. Let's go for it. Huh! Okay, you didn't even jump that time, bro. Come on, this is definitely possible. Okay, I don't know. Maybe I do have to walk all the way back. No, I don't. There we go. Boom. So we're back in the first room of the dungeon. Let's grab the hook shot because we can hook shot to that chest up there. Boom. Except, wait, I'm technically gonna have to flip it over to get the stray fairy, right? Yeah, I'm gonna have to flip that chest over, so... I do kind of wish you didn't have to redo this puzzle every single time, but it is what it is. It's not that hard. Just a little bit time consuming. Okay, cool. Now back inside, we can grab that chest. So let's do it. Bam. Stray fairy, 13, only 2 to go. I don't know where they are. I have a rough idea for one of them. No idea where the 15th is. That's okay, we'll figure it out in due time, I'm sure. Now let's go flip this place again. All right, we're back. Let's grab the hook shot and let's get up there. Boom. Wonderful. And I have the key. Let's go through. It's another one of these fellas. Whoa. Hey, don't do that, bro. Okay, that is actually really cool that you can shoot beams, but let's not do that, please. Dude, give me a second to, like, stand. Bam. 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 There we go. And that gives us a big chest. And inside of it... You got the Giant's Mask. Within this mask lies the might of a giant, but can you use its power anywhere? And there we go, we have the Giant's Mask. But as you can see, we can't put it on right now. Curious, isn't it? I'm sure we'll find out a use for it later. And that leaves us with only 3 regular masks left to get in the entire game. Anyways, there is still a chest here, but where? Where at? I don't even see it. No way I have to flip it again, right? Hang on. I might have screwed this up, because it looks like it should be over there. Yeah, I probably gotta flip the temple again, huh? Back to flipping the temple it is. I think this time it's my fault. I think this time it's my bad. Oh, yep. Okay, it's over there. Okay, so this is what I missed before. It took me a little while to find my way here, but I made it. With the light arrow, we can just instantly get rid of these sunblocks. We don't need to use the reflection of light or anything like that. And there's a Beamos here. Do I just... Okay, I was wondering if that would instantly kill it, but no. We still got to use bombs against these guys. Boom. Die. Where is the chest? I don't know where the chest is. Do I have to, like, get rid of all of these? I'll tank a couple hits. No? What about you? Get rid of you. Oh, never mind. I think I see. I need to get rid of this. And then I can shoot a couple ice arrows here. Let's get in here. Get away from me, bro. I don't want to look at you no more. Get out of here. Get out of here. Oh my goodness. Get out, go. Die. Thank you. Now I come over here, hit that crystal, and I think that'll spawn the chest. Yes. Now am I on a timer? I don't think so. I think it's just activated now. So let's get back over there. Dude, it's so hard to get up there. There we go. That took me a little too long, but we made it up. And there we go. The 14th Stray Fairy. And earlier, while I was looking at my map, I think I remembered where the last one is. So, that should be all 15. Assuming I'm correct. Alright, let's flip this place for the final time. Okay, we're back. Alright, so now we gotta make our way over to the boss room. And here we are. Alright, now over here, we have a single crystal. So let's smack it. Wait, it spawns in that direction? Move. All right, we gotta go flip this place one more time. 2 more times, technically. I don't think it's intended for you to flip this place this many times. I think I'm just doing this in a really unoptimal order. Okay, here it is. The final Stray Fairy. Boom! You found all the stray fairies. Quick, take them to their fellow fairy of the same color. Cool, there we go. Now we can flip this place for the final time. Sheesh, man, that was a little annoying, but it's okay. It was all my fault. Also, it's kind of cool because like I said at the start of this video, I have never actually gotten all the stray fairies in this dungeon before, so that is my first time ever doing it. It feels kind of satisfying, and it wasn't too bad. The annoying part was flipping the dungeon multiple times, way more than I'm supposed to, but at the end of the day, it's more my fault than the game's fault, so, you know, it is what it is. All right, and we're back. Let's go to the final boss of this dungeon. So, we can grab this chest up here. And, okay. Gotta do my timing a little bit better. Grab the chest. You gotta wait for that to kind of come rolling. Grab that hook shot, hook shot. Nice. Drop down. And here we are at the boss room. And here we go to the boss. Giant masked insect, Twinmold. Here we are against Twinmold. And now, as you may recall, we got this, the Giant's Mask. So how about we put it on? And just like that, we've become a giant. Now, as you can see, we're a giant. And being a giant consumes magic power. So let's keep hitting the tail of Twinmold repeatedly. Also, this really lags the frame rate of the game. As you can see, this was obviously pushing the Nintendo 64 hardware a little bit. You can also break these pillars while you're a giant. I'm targeting this red one first, if I can hit it. There we go. It's down. All right, now we got to get the other one. Really quickly, I want to take off my mask because I think, can't you lock onto it? Yeah. Just its head and tail aren't protected by its hard exoskeleton. So aim carefully. If only you were the same size as it. There we go. I just wanted to see what Tattle had to say about it. Let's go back to being a giant. So as Tattle's description said, you can also hit its head to do damage, but I don't know why I've always found that to be just way harder. I think it has like a smaller hitbox or something like that. I don't know if it does more damage to hit its head, but I tend to just target its tail instead. But you can hit its head if you want. I'm kind of going to run out of magic here. Well, I'm gonna try to break these pillars while I can. And maybe get some magic? I don't know. Do these drop magic? Yes, they do. Good. Where did it go? I just saw it drop magic. Where did the magic go? What? Uh-oh. Can I blow? How do I get magic? Well, this is kind of concerning. Oh, wait. Is that magic over there? I can't tell. That might be magic over there. I'm gonna go try to grab it. Come on, give me the magic. Give me the magic. No, it's fading away. No! Can I really not blow this up? Uh-oh. Well, in that case, I guess I'll show off another thing that you can do. You can actually shoot Twinmold's tail, I think. Albeit, it's very hard to aim. And I hit it! And it was one shot away. But yeah, that's another way you can do it. You can shoot Twinmold's tail to kill it instead. You don't necessarily have to be a giant. And there we go. The final of the 4 temples across the 4 regions of Termina has been healed. Let's grab our last heart container. And let's get out of here. You've seized Twinmold's remains. You have just freed the innocent spirit that this dark mask had kept imprisoned within the body of evil Twinmold. Well, we've helped all of you. That's all we can do. Call us. That's what they're saying. without being told. We understand. So now you'll help us out in exchange. We'll call you from atop the clock tower. So do something about him, alright? What? Their voices sound sad. You don't want to? Forgive your friend. Forgive our friend? What do you mean by forgive? Huh? What friend? And just like that, the evil curse on Ikana is finally lifted. This place, along with all of its lingering spirits, can finally rest. And hey, we beat the temple before the dawn of the third day. Honestly, I'm pretty impressed about that. I was really expecting this to take me an entire cycle, but no, it didn't. That's pretty good. If only these stupid birds were gone, though. I don't know why these birds couldn't go away along with the curse. Anyways, it's dawn of the final day. And now, before we end off this episode, how about we go to the fairies fountain? Now, despite the fact that I have never actually gotten all the stray fairies in Stone Tower Temple before, I do know what the reward is. I already know what we're gonna get from this, but still, this is the first time I've ever actually unlocked this in a playthrough of mine. Oh, compassionate young one. I am the great fairy of kindness. Thank you for returning my broken and shattered body to normal. As thanks, I grant you the fairy sword. Boom! Just like that. You got the great fairy's sword. Set it to sea to use it. With black roses etched into it, the great fairy sword is the most powerful of all blades. Come see me whenever you are overcome by weariness. Goodbye, Great Fairy, for the last time. And yeah, like she said, with that, we have the Great Fairy Sword. Boom! Can I get a better look at it? This sword is so cool looking. This is a cool looking sword, man. One downside to this sword is that it takes up an item slot, as you can see. It doesn't replace the gilded sword. We can still use that at any time, but we can pull this out as an item whenever we want. One downside to this sword is that you cannot do a normal spin attack with it. However, you can still do the quick spin attack. So it does have that going for it. Which, to be honest, I never do full spin attacks anyways. The quick spin attack is like easily the best move in the game, pretty much. So this is good. Not really a big deal in my opinion. And yeah, as she said, the Great Fairy's Sword is the most powerful of all blades, meaning that this is the highest damage output of any weapon in the game. It does even more damage than the Gilded Sword. Another thing I want to look at, what happens if I come over here? Oh, I can actually come visit you guys. Who are you? Don't just walk into people's houses. You still kick me out, even after all of that. After everything I've done for you, you still kick me out. Okay, well, you know what? You know what? Look, I'm your father. Ooh, I'm your father. Ooh. Ah, get out. It's already too much. Is your dad downstairs? Oh, he is. Oh, isn't this a fairy? Is this yours, young man? I am the famed academic who researches fairies, ghosts, and similar so-called supernatural phenomena. In regards to ghosts, there isn't another academic who can match my knowledge, so ask me anything you like. It's been some time since I've seen a fairy this lively. Say, young man, would you permit me to do some research on this fairy? Yeah. Take her. Oh, that mask is certainly a Gibdo. Young man, where did you get that? The more I look at it, the more this mask looks like a real Gibdo to me. With this mask, you probably could convey your feelings to Gibdos. Perhaps you could even investigate the Gibdo life form itself. Say, young man, would you permit me to do some research on that mask? What about the Garo mask? Do you have anything to say about this? It's been some time since... Okay, no, you don't say anything about the Garo mask? Okay. Well, clearly you're not too well educated on this area. The Garos are pretty relevant around here. Okay, nothing about the captain's hat either. I mean, bro, you literally have a drawing of a Garo on the wall. I would expect you to say something about a Garo. What about this cow? Okay, he doesn't care. He only cares about the Gibdo mask. That makes sense. I guess he does have some experience in that regard. All right. I was just curious what they had to say. Okay, and with that, the evil curse has finally been lifted from Ikana, and all 4 giants have been awakened, meaning that there's only one thing left for us to do. And that is to put an end to Skull Kid on top of the clock tower. But before we do that, there's a lot of side quests that we have yet to complete. So in the next episode, we're going to be doing a bunch of side questing to try and wrap up as many things as possible before we move on to the end. Yet again, just like with Ocarina of Time, I'm not going to go for a complete 100%. I am just going to complete every side quest that I think is worth doing. So that's going to be the focus of the next episode. Anyways, before I go, I do want to talk a little bit about the Stone Tower Temple. Yet again, it's been a very long time since I've played through that dungeon, and I remember really loving it, and of course, as I said, it is one of the most beloved dungeons in the entire Zelda franchise amongst the fans. So obviously this dungeon had a lot going for it going into it. But I will say, after replaying it, I can confidently say that this dungeon absolutely deserves every bit of praise that it gets. I remember exactly why I loved it so much. The music is fantastic. It has one of my favorite dungeon themes in all of Zelda. The atmosphere is incredible. The storytelling surrounding the area is really great as well. The entire Ikana section is honestly maybe my favorite part of the whole game. Everything surrounding it, from the castle to the well to the music box house to the Garos to the graveyard, everything about the Ikana section of this game is just incredible. So all of the build up to the dungeon, all of the hype surrounding it just makes it even better. I think the puzzles in the dungeon are really great, and I love the gimmick of being able to invert the entire temple. I think it's really cool and clever. I do think that the light arrows aren't necessarily the best item because they are kind of simple. They're just arrows that can do certain things that normal arrows can't. But really, they're not particularly special. They're not my favorite item, but I will say it is cool to see them getting a little bit more use in Majora's Mask. They were only used very briefly at the end of Ocarina of Time, so it's nice to see them get a little bit more appreciation here. On top of that, I think the way that this dungeon takes advantage of the mirror shield is pretty cool. And the Giant's Mask is also pretty interesting as well. I will just say though right now that the Giant's Mask is never used again outside of the Twinmold boss fight, which is kind of unfortunate. It's a pretty cool mask, and it does make for a cool gimmick in the Twinmold boss fight, but I don't know. It's just kind of sad that it's a one-and-done kind of situation. I would have liked to see it get a bit more use, but it also makes sense because, honestly, I don't really know where else they could have used the mask. It's a pretty situational thing. I don't know where else they could have used it, so I guess it makes sense. I will say I love the mini-bosses in this dungeon. The Garo Master is really cool. I like that it's kind of just like a harder version of the Garos, and I guess it's the leader of the Garos. It's pretty cool. But I'm especially a big fan of the Gomess mini-boss. That is such a cool mini-boss. It's a pretty simple fight, but man, I love its design so much. It's such a cool mini-boss design. And yeah, overall, all the puzzles in that dungeon are really good, and like I said, I just love the concept of being able to flip the dungeon upside down. It's really clever, it's such a fun gimmick, and I love how it kind of makes you rethink the entire structure of the dungeon. You know, all things considered, Stone Tower Temple isn't that big of a dungeon. It's actually pretty small, but being able to flip it upside down makes it feel like you're exploring an entirely different dungeon. It makes it feel way bigger than it actually is. The only criticisms I really have towards this dungeon, even though I do like the concept of flipping it upside down, and I think it works pretty well in practice, I did think it was a little bit tedious how many times you had to flip the dungeon just to get the stray fairies. Now, I do have to acknowledge, a few of the times that I had to flip the dungeon were because I had missed something. Not really the fault of the game itself, it's just because I did the dungeon out of order. So I'm not going to really fault the dungeon for that, but still, the one thing that would have made it a lot better is if you didn't have to do the block puzzle to get back into the dungeon every single time. I wish that the blocks outside of the temple just stayed in place, so that way you wouldn't have to constantly keep playing the Elegy of Emptiness over and over again, just to move the blocks again, just so you can get back into the temple every time you flip it. That would have made it a lot better. Though honestly, I kind of assume the reason why that is due to the hardware limitations of the console, because that definitely feels like a weird oversight if not. Another slight criticism I have towards this dungeon is the boss. Twinmold isn't my favorite. It's not a bad boss fight by any means. I mean, it's nowhere near as bad as Gjorg from the Great Bay Temple at least. But it's also just kind of not my favorite. I think the concept of becoming a giant is really cool and very creative. I do think it's kind of cool that there are multiple ways you can tackle the fight because, like I said, you can shoot Twinmold with your arrows instead if you don't want to become a giant for whatever reason. But other than that, there's really not much going on in the fight. It's very easy. You just kind of keep hitting it over and over until it dies. It doesn't even really have many attacks or anything like that. It's just kind of a very simple one-note boss fight. Yet again, not a bad boss fight by any means, but it's definitely just a bit average in the grand scheme of Zelda bosses, I would say.
Hello everybody, it's me, Editor Duckhead here. It's that time once again. Time for me to talk about how this boss fight is completely different in the 3DS version of the game. However, this time I actually want to say that I think I prefer the 3DS version of this boss fight. I know that's kind of surprising because I've preferred the Nintendo 64 version for all of the previous boss fights, but I actually think that Majora's Mask 3D improves the Twinmold boss fight. In the 3DS version of the boss fight, the blue Twinmold has 3 eyes on its underside that must be shot with arrows, and after shooting all 3 eyes, the blue Twinmold will crash down onto the ground, and it will reveal a larger eyeball that you have to attack. And after defeating the blue Twinmold, a chest will appear in the middle of the arena, and inside of it is the Giant's Mask. So yeah, in this version of the game, you actually get the Giant's Mask midway through the boss fight rather than earlier in the dungeon. However, the Giant's Mask functions pretty differently in this version of the game, because you actually get the ability to start punching Twinmold. And after beating up Twinmold enough, he'll come down to the ground, and Link will then grab its tail and swing it around and slam it onto the ground. Yeah, Link goes full wrestler mode here. So yeah, I overall actually think that this version of the boss fight is much better. Yeah, it's a little bit more gimmicky than the original version, but I actually think that this makes the fight a lot more interesting and complex compared to the original Nintendo 64 version. It turns what is otherwise, in my opinion, the most mediocre boss fight in the game to one that's actually very memorable and interesting. So this is the one and only time that you are going to hear me say something positive about the 3DS version of Majora's Mask. Twinmold is a definite improvement. Anyways, back to the video.
And honestly, for just how excellent the Stone Tower Temple is, I'm just kind of looking for things to nitpick at this point. Like, I really don't have any major issues with this dungeon at all. Even the block puzzle thing just really is not a big deal at all. It's just a little bit tedious, but it's not bad. Honestly, it's an incredible final dungeon out of the major 4 dungeons in this game. I couldn't have asked for a better final temple. And I'll go so far as to say that it's easily my favorite of the 4 major dungeons in this game. Though that's not really a hot take by any means. Anyways, guys, I think I'm gonna go ahead and end the episode off there. So, thank you very much for watching, and I hope that you enjoyed the video. I hope to see you back here next time for the next episode of The Legend of Zelda: Majora's Mask. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to go and drink some water. Goodbye.